Hey guys, Coffee and Diamonds here. We are going to make what I like to call a sleepy baby. What we're gonna do is some crochet. I do have different types here and different things you can do. We'll start with this one. This is a worsted weight with a 2.75 millimeter hook right here. This is the Chanel with a 3 millimeter hook. This is the Chanel with a 4 millimeter hook. No, a 4.25. And this is with a 5 millimeter hook. This one's just got a little highlight on the eyes there. When I made this one, it made me want to make the bigger ones with the two-tone on it. Let me just set these little babies back here. This one just sets up. Anyway, for those who want them, these will be in my shop pretty soon. But here we are, the one we're going to make today. We will do a purple top and a white bottom today. So, if you want to stick around and watch me make one. I'm also curious how long it takes me to make it. But the pattern will either be on the screen or in the description below. Probably on the screen. But a written copy of the pattern should be available in my Etsy shop. I'd say about 7 days after this video comes out. And you don't have to go buy the pattern or anything, but if you want to support the channel, you can. So, with that said, let's get our stuff ready. Okay guys, so what you're going to need is some white or whatever color you want to make the bottom part of the face, a color for the top, which is the head or the hat, some color for the blush, another color for your eyes and nose, stitch marker, pen, needle, goodness, pair of scissors, a size 5 crochet hook, and some stuffing right there. Alright, so we got our purple and we have our hook, and we're going to grab our stitch marker from wherever I threw that. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is a magic ring with 6 single crochets. If you've never done a magic ring, you're going to lay your yarn on your hand. That's the way I do it. There's many other ways. You are going to wrap the yarn around and cross it over, make an X, scooch up under this right here, pull that through, and we're going to twist like that. So we're going to twist, you know, like you twist a tourniquet. Pinch there, keep that finger there, and we're going to pull a loop through. That sort of sets our circle. Okay, so with this Chanel yarn, we want to make sure that we keep a tight circle because it gets a little more difficult to pull through without breaking. So we're going to pull our tail about every 2 stitches. So let's single crochet 1 in the loop, pull it through, that's 1 in the loop, pull through, that is 2. So let's pull a little bit. Okay, well, nothing happened. Okay, there we go. So we're going to do that 4 more times. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So before we pull our loop tight, or our circle, this loop right here, we're going to put our stitch marker in. That's our number 6 stitch. Okay, and pull tight. Sometimes it's feisty, so we're just going to pull that to the side, keep going. So with this yarn, sometimes it's hard to see where your stitches are. But if you look, you can see the front loop and back loop. So here we go. We're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch, giving us 12 stitches at the end. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take our stitch marker out. 11 and 12. Okay, so now we put our stitch marker back in that last one, number 12. And there we go. That's what we have so far. We are ready to start the next one. Get a sip of my coffee first, because all y'all know is coffee and diamonds. So now we're going to put in 1 single crochet and an increase. We're going to repeat that 6 times to equal 18 stitches. So a single. Now we're going to increase, so we're going to put 1, 2. We're going to put 1, we're going to put 2 in that one. So 1 and 2. 1 stitch here, 2 stitches in the next. 1 stitch, 2 stitches. 1 stitch, 2 stitches. Okay, we have 2 stitches left, so 1 stitch, and if you can guess, 2 stitches, 1 and 2, which is our 18th stitch. Okay, so we are going to place our stitch marker back in there, and this is what we have right there. Okay, so the next round we are going to do 2 single crochets and then 1 increase, which again is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, then 1 and 2. Continue that around. 1 and 2. No! See, I messed up. And I'm going to leave that in. You know, I was going to take it out, but I'm leaving it in. So, when you mess up, you just frog it back, ribbit, ribbit, until you still have your last stitch. So, I'm going to go 1, 2, and 2. 1, 2, and 2. 1, 2, and 2. 1, 2, 1 and 2. So I'll continue, and I'll see you right at the end here. Okay, we're back at the last one, and we're putting 2 in here, 1 and 2, and that should be our 24th stitch, and we will put our stitch marker in. Okay, so that is what we have so far. So in my pattern, which this is probably so many other patterns to start heads and stuff like that, we are on row 5. So now we're going to be on row 6. This is where we add our ear bobbles, our bear ears or sleepy baby ears or whatever. They could be pigtails, they could be anything you want them to be. Tie a little ribbon around that, you know, do what you do. So first we're going to go in 5 stitches. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Get some more yarn out here. Ooh, I'll handle that in a little bit. Okay, so we did 5 single crochets. Now we're going to do a bobble stitch with 8 double crochets. So an 8 stitch bobble stitch, I guess. So we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up through just like you're doing a double crochet, yarn through 2, keep this on your hook. Now this will be number 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We did 2 of them. Okay, there will always be an extra loop. And 3, get rid of this little knot thing here, and we got 4, that gives us 5, but remember we always had 1. 4, this is 5, pull through 2, yarn over 6, pull through 2. Now you don't have to do this many, but I like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Subtract 1, that is 6. So yarn over 7, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull the last one through. So that is number 8. So we're going to make sure we have 9 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We do. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull that a little bit. You know, make sure it's all even. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all 9 of those loops. Okay, see what we got? It's coming out this side now. I'm going to pull this snug as a bug in a rug. This is where our stitches are through. So we need to make sure we're pulling everything over, you know, from right here. And we go into this stitch here, not the next one, because sometimes it can cover. We're going to single crochet into that stitch and pull a little tight. Okay, so we've got our bobble. Right now this is the inside of our project. When we turn it, we'll pop the bobble out in the next row. So now we're going to crochet for 11 stitches, including this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So our next stitch will go, or our next bob will go in the 12th stitch from this one, which is really, I believe, our 18th stitch right here. So we're going to yarn over, pull through a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through a loop, pull through 2. So I'm going to continue. So that's 2 so far. We're going to do some more. 3, 4, 5. That was 5. Gotta keep that in my head that that was 5. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Subtract 1. We did 5. 6. Pull through 2. 7. Pull through 2. 1 and 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, and yarn over 1 and pull through the 8th one. Pull through 2. Alright, so we should still have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to make sure all of them are even. Pull through all 9 rows and pull tight. And we're going to push it over. Make sure that you catch this one. So this is number 13. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So now we have a hat for our creature, whatever we want to call them, with their ears. Poop those out. Let's push those out a little. There we go. 8 gives you a good old poofy ear there. Okay? So, for row 6, this is the last row we're doing, and at the end of this, we're going to change our color. So, we should have 24 stitches still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this, you gotta, it's tricky right here. 5, that is the one before we started. We have a little area right here. We want to go in here for 6. We want to come back in right here for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so the one before it is 17. Then we're going to pull back a little right here. We're going to hit 18 right there. And on the other side, we're going to hit 19. 19 on the other side, and we're going to go for 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. We are just going to pull those 2 up. See, like that? Okay, now we're going to get our other color, whatever color you want to use. We're going to put this here, and we're going to grab the end of the white with these fingers here. Then we're going to pinch. See how I pinched right there? And then we're just going to bring it through. We're going to go into the next stitch, pull up our loop, and pull through. Now we're going to put our stitch marker back on that last row of the last stitch of the last row. Then we're going to come in here and we're going to tie these two lightly, very lightly, because it will pull the stitch. So there we go. Now we're going to cut our hat color off, which mine is purple, of course. Whoop. Okay, so now we have this secured. We are starting row 7 now. So 7 through 11 will be one single crochet around the whole thing, 24 stitches per row. So if you want, you can take these and hide them, or you can just let them free flow inside. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So I will meet you back after you do rows 8 through 11. Alright guys, so now we are going to start our decrease rows. Right now we have the front part of the head here. Okay. If you choose, you can put the face in now. I always wait. So let's get started. So on row 12, you will do 2 single crochets and a single crochet decrease 6 times, which I'll show you, which is 1. I'll put my stitch marker back in before I mess myself up. That's 1, 2, and now we're going to do an invisible decrease, which you go up under the front loop of the first stitch and the first loop of the second stitch, pull through both, and then pull through 2. That's brought 2 stitches into 1 stitch. So we're going to go 1, 2, we're going to go front loop, pull through 2, 1, 2, front loop, pull through 2. So 1, 2, front loop, pull through 2. 1, 2, front loop, pull through 2. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, we're going front loop, pull through 2. That is our last one. That's number 6. So, okay, that was row 12. Let's go to row 13. I believe after row 13 we will stuff. Yes. So we did 2 and a decrease. So now we're going to do 1 and a decrease. So single, decrease 1 time. Single, decrease. That's 2. Single, decrease. That's 3. Single, decrease for 4. Single, decrease for number 5. 1 more left. We're going to do a single and a decrease. Let me take this out. A decrease. Front loop, decrease number 6. Pull through 2. Now we have our 6th decrease. Now instead of just marking where that last stitch is, for this one I like to put it in the loop of the working yarn so it doesn't come out while we're stuffing. You know. So there we go. We are going to fill this one up. Let me grab my stuffing. Okay. I'll grab a handful. Probably won't need all that, but anyway, I use the polyfill. I get it at Walmart. You get a 20-ounce bag for like $4 and some. So anyway, so we're going to stuff. I like to put one finger in and just stuff down my finger and stuff. Now, due to the nature of a spiral crochet, which means in the round, not stopping, continuously spiraling, your crochet does spiral. So You have to think about that when you're putting the face on. And when you're stuffing. Like, I like to try to manipulate it to where the top's a little flatter so you really can't see the spiral as much. But if you look on this side, you can tell. So, I'll put a little bit more in there. It's all up to you on how much stuffing you use. But I like their heads a little stuffed, you know what I mean? Be a little squishier. Alright, so I like to push down. You could also use this pattern to make a creature from the bottom up. It could be upside down, you know? Have it sitting like this, these little leggies. And then maybe on one of these rows you can put another bobble like we did that row. Have its arms, you know, and then put a little head on it or something. But maybe I'll tackle that in a different video. So now that we've got it stuffed, we are going to decrease 6 times. So that means front loop, pull through 2. That's 1. Front loop, pull through 2. That's 2. Sometimes it's easier if you just pinch it. 1, 2, pull through 1, 2, pull through. I think that's 4. 1, 2, pull through. That's 5. And then pull front loop. Pull through 2. So now we only have 6 stitches. We are going to cut our yarn and put our head color away. So now we're going to take our needle, okay, which it just gives us 6 little stitches right here. So we are going to take our needle that I flung over there, and we're going to put it on. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up the loop, front loop of each of those stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you could tell, all you have to do is pull now, and it sealed that right up. Okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to find a spot to put the needle in and work it through our bear, or our squishy boy, or whatever you want to call him. You can call them whatever you want. It is up to you. Alright. Doop, doop, doop. Now, this is what we have. So I'm going to continue to work this yarn through a couple times, because normally if you work it in 3 different directions, it will not come out. So that is the last one I'm doing, and I'm going to snip the extra. You could just tuck that back in, like so. Push that in. There we go. So, here is Floop's little, her little bear ears. Her, him, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, and I squish it a little bit. There we go. Now you can turn this into anything you want. You can make it the little sleepy bears, or sleepy lammies, whatever you want to call them. Sleepy lambs. Or you can make it into a bear. Or, like I said earlier, you can make it into something sitting down, like this. Crochet is very easy to transform into other stuff. So what I'm going to do is get the stuff ready for the facial features, or the face, if that's what I'm calling it, which it is the face, I guess. And I will be right back. Alright, let's get this face done. So we're going to take our eye color and nose color. We are going to figure out where we want the eyes to start. Normally I have two sections, two stitches between the eyes. So, and I believe I put them between rows 9 and 10. Nope, eyes 8 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Right in between there. So, we're going to come through the back of our project. And we're going to put through right about there, I believe. Make sure you leave a tail for tying. Okay, so we're going to go over I believe, how many stitches is that? 1, 2, 3 stitches. Then I'm going to skip 2 and come back up. Or is that 3? I don't know. I mean, if you don't want to do the eyes the way I do, you can do them a different way. Yeah, I like that. So then I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to start the nose. The nose will be right about here in rows 9 and 10. We're going to go over 1 stitch and down half a stitch right there. Okay. We're going to go right up under that, close to the middle as we can get. We're going to stick it right back out the hole that we brought this one through. Okay. Remove our thing. Now we're going to move things around. We're going to take this stitch and try to place it where we want it. We're going to pull this up a little bit, which will pull that. It's just a bunch of trial and error with this. And remember that there is a twist on this, and it all depends on how it's stuffed normally. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually pull this eye a little tighter, pull my small string back. There we go, just like that. You could maneuver it up some if you wanted, you know. Anyway, so that's good for me. I am going to tie this off. So I'm going to make a very loose knot right there. And this one I'll make a little tighter. I'm going to clip close. Clip close. And we're going to take the back of our needle and push that back through into our project so it does not show. And then lift your threads back up. So, more of a, if you're doing more of a kawaii, you would want your blush. So we're going to take our blush, put it on our needle, and usually if you just jiggle it, it'll go through. Now I like to start 1 stitch away from the nose and under the eye right there. So I'm going to mark there. I'm going to come through the back, I'm going to put my pin or needle in right there, pull through, give me a little bit in the back, and then I like to come over 1 right where the, or a little past the 2, little past where the eye is. Then I'll come out here a little past the eye, and that stitch there. Pull, and then I will go back in right about here where that stitch is, and then come back out the same hole. Okay. Now, sometimes you'll get your blush on and your other stuff and you don't like the way it looks. Perfectly fine. Pull it out and do it again. Okay. There we go. And with kids playing with it and everything, the face is going to get smushed around a little bit anyway, so it really doesn't matter. There we go. So again, we're going to tie the back. The first knot is going to be loose, not too loose, but loose, like whoop. And then the second one with this Chanel yarn, what we're going to do is we're going to go through one time, we're going to loop through a second time and pull tighter. Keeps it from coming out in the future, because the worst thing could be is for our yarn to work its way out. And we're going to push it back in there. Okay. And sometimes you'll have some fuzzies hanging everywhere. Boom, gone. So guys, this is how we make a sepia lamb. Sepia lammy, sepia boys, sepia girls, sepia bears, all that. So, there we go. And there we go. Depending on how loose you stitch to the size that you'll get, tighter you stitch, the tighter it'll be. So anyway guys, if you like this video and you want to see more of how I crochet and my patterns I come up with, which I know I'm probably not the first one to come up with this. Crochet's been around for years. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you know when my next video comes out. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. It lets me know what you like and what you don't like. So, as I say in all my videos, guys, tell the people in your life that you love them, because you may never get another chance. See you in the next video. Bye.